Hello, Geo Space. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I am here with your agenda for the week of December 7th, 2020. This agenda video will most likely also carry over to the next week because what I'm about to describe is going to be our 2-week culminating activity for the end of the semester. Okay. In short, we are viewing the film Interstellar, trying to understand the concepts within it, the plot within it, making connections to the phenomena that we had learned throughout this semester. And so before you get into this this week, you want to make sure that you are caught up with everything we've done previous. Okay, and so last week alone we did 4 graded activities: the pear deck, hype slides on exoplanets, which I already have in the gradebook. We have the article about what makes a planet habitable. You were to finish a hyperdoc that helped you prepare for the exoplanet travel poster. So those 4 things are in the gradebook. And if you're missing any of them, it is up to you to communicate either questions to me or a link to what you finished, or that you've turned something in. Okay, in some way you have to let me know that it's done. Okay, and so that leads us to the final thing, which is Interstellar. So I'll get into it here with specifics. We have pretty much kept the same learning target for the majority of the semester, right? We're trying to understand the size, scale, and age of the universe, but we also have been giving examples of the different types of phenomena that exist in the universe. Okay, and so Interstellar actually does a great job of tying a lot of these concepts together. It is a long film. Okay, and so if you have not seen it, it is almost 3 hours long, which means that we are going to be devoting 3 of the 4 final days we have in the semester to viewing the film. But we're going to do it with intention, and we're going to have requirements each day. Okay, so again, we'll be viewing it in 3 parts. I'll show you how that works right now. Okay, first, the plan for viewing Interstellar is it's going to happen during our scheduled class time, right? I'm sticking to the original plan of containing everything within our scheduled time, and so I'm not going to force you to have to view it outside of our class time. That being said, here are the concepts that are touched on in Interstellar that we've talked about, right? We've learned about gravity, we've learned about stars, we've learned about black holes, we just learned about the importance of exoplanets and their habitability. This is going to be a preview a little bit into space exploration, and also we'll have to discuss the theories of relativity, which our friend Einstein came up with. Okay, so the way that you are to be participating in Interstellar is by doing sketch notes. Okay, and so as a reminder, sketch notes are any way of putting down ideas and concepts from either a lecture or, in this case, a film that we're viewing. Okay, so they can be words, images, and icons, right? So these are examples, right? You can have arrows, you can have boxes, you can have big ideas in large fonts, you can have small little bits, you can have classic notes smattered in throughout. It is essentially up to you. We are breaking it into 3 parts. Okay, and I'll show you in a second how we're breaking those parts up. But for each part of Interstellar you are watching, you're going to be required to sketch note that part. Okay, and so they're broken up into about 50-minute chunks or so. And so during the first 50 minutes of Interstellar, take time to sketch note any of the concepts that come up, right? So if it's talking about what's happening on Earth, right, you might want to draw or sketch or write down some information about what is currently happening. Okay, this is to help you keep track of plot, but also keep track of some of the concepts that's going on. And then at the end, you're going to have time every day to write a brief summary. Okay, so what is given here on this slide is an example of how you could break your sketch notes up, right? You could also put them on each a separate sheet of paper each. You could just use a blank sheet of paper and fill up as much as you can during section 1, flip it over, section 2, get another sheet to do section 3. There's some freedom here, but you have to sketch note for each section that we watch and write a summary about it. We'll talk about these questions in class kind of near the end. let's look at how you're going to view it. Okay, so we're viewing it through Edpuzzle. You will have your own copy or a link to your own copy to view. There are questions embedded in your copy of Edpuzzle. Okay, you'll notice that you'll get to a spot 50 minutes in when you start, or when we do it day one, that has a note that says stop here. This is the end of section 1. Go back to the Teams meeting to debrief, right? We'll talk about the plot up to this point. We'll make sure that we're understanding what is happening. There will be time for you to add to your sketch notes, and there will be time for us to create a little summary about what happened in section 1. Okay, and so this will also happen about an hour and 50 or so for the next day. We'll do the same thing, right? There's a note that'll say stop, go to the meeting, let's talk about what happened. And so the final points out there for this course are related to Interstellar and your sketch notes. The ability to follow this kind of help me understand that you understand what is going on conceptually in the film, tying back to the concepts we learned in class, summarizing that information, and then that'll lead us to kind of the wrap up. Okay, and so again, I primarily made this video for people that maybe are unable to join at all, but we will be doing this in class, right? You'll be watching on your own, but we will have time to meet and discuss the plot. And so I look forward to viewing Interstellar with you guys. As a final kind of reminder, if you're missing work, right? If your grade is not where it wants to be, contact me, right? Finish something, email me in whatever way you can do it. We are in the final run. All right. See you guys in class.